Welcome, Capricorn, to your tarot reading. So, the main message that we have for you today is loyalty. Okay, so if it's a situation or if it is a person, you are expecting loyalty or loyalty is expected of you at this time. So, I feel like some of you in the past, uh, there was this excitement. You felt driven by an opportunity, an offer, and you felt like this is mine. Okay, and it could even be like uh, an energy that you can expect of a new mother, or you meeting a new person and already knowing that there's going to be this long distance traveled between the two of you, you know, whether this person becomes your best friend or this person is your lover, or even when you were a kid, when you had your new sibling, I felt like you felt the connection between the two of you the strongest. Okay. um on the other hand though, okay, what's really important here, I also feel like you're teaching yourself something, or you're teaching other people about boundaries. And it's not only about boundaries between you and yourself, you and other people, or you and situations, but I feel like it's more related to your mind. Okay, it's more related to your mind because some of you, I feel like you're teaching other people how to remain within their power. And I don't know if you are all familiar with the thoughts, or do you entertain the kind of ideas or thoughts that goes through your mind. Some of those ideas or some of those thoughts are pretty wild. Okay, it's one thing for it to have a shocking value, right? But it's another where you feel like your mind is trying to bring you down, okay, down a rabbit hole of negativity, of feeling, depressed, feeling down on yourself, especially if this is related to past issues, to past situation. And it's possible that there was an event where you've felt like you were led astray by someone that you trusted, right? By someone that you felt was supposed to protect you, was supposed to look out for you, or was supposed to teach you the right things. Okay. For others of you, I feel like some of you learned something in the past. Okay, you might have, maybe it's news or information, whether it's regarding your family, or something that you learned at church, or at a specific association, or even in school. I feel like you understood the value of what was being taught, but you felt naive. Not you felt like naive, but you felt like you didn't know too much about it. And you realize that this is something that you need to be able to unpack, right? I felt like you needed to unpack that knowledge or that information that was provided to you. But for whatever reason, you decided to keep it for later, okay? I feel like a past information, whether it was taught to you or something that you just came to find out by accident, is actually pretty valuable with the two of pages. Okay, it's that information is pretty valuable, but for whatever reason, I don't think you understood the magnitude of what was said to you. I don't think you understood the importance of the information that was shared. So it's possible that it was stored in your memory, but it didn't really give you any, it didn't really shock you, right? There was nothing to rock the boat about. But for some reason, some of you, these informations are coming to the surface. And you might realize who can actually be an enemy pretending to be a friend or pretending to be a loved one, whether you are close to them or not. So I feel like a past memory will reveal an important information about a person, whether you know them or not, whether it's, friend of the family, maybe another person that's part of the association that you're in. But there's a lot of people, you might not know them, intimately at this time. Okay. Again, going back to, being taught how to put boundaries within your mind, I feel like you realize that you are getting triggered a lot, or you were getting triggered a lot on an emotional sense. And at this time, this information that was provided to you, I feel like it helped you to release the control, right? To release the information instead of having to fight within yourself, fight with other people. But I also feel like some of you might be wanting some kind of revenge, because this is kind of giving me, revenge is best served cold, is a dish best served cold. And with the 10 of Wands, there's a sense of, you know building or planning, preparing to get what you want in the end. Okay, so for some of you, the revenge is actually a positive one because you're working on yourself. But for others of you, you need to realize that, again, being emotionally triggered is going to be an issue for you. And you're gonna have to understand or look at the things that you don't want to look at. You're gonna have to open up about the things that makes you feel queasy, is that the word, or that makes you feel weirded out or strange. The things that you're trying not to actually put them back into your forefront view, right? You're not trying to put it back into your conscious realm for you to see them, to examine them, because they might hurt too much at this time. However, I feel like some of you, to take your power back, you're gonna need to do that, because it won't trigger you anymore once you're used to the garbage. Because the garbage, the garbage and untruth that is been, sent to you. I feel like sometimes certain information is sent to you through your mental realm. I don't know how it works, but they're pretty efficient when they're trying to get you down. Okay, so because the 10 of Wands here, this is about responsibility for self, or taking on like the guilt of a situation, or taking on something that is not yours with the 7 of Swords. Because I feel like, because of your personality, because of the fact that you care, right? Because we have the card loyalty, it's possible that a guilty went free because of the fact that you held on to certain informations, or you didn't look at it in the way that you were supposed to, or there's certain things that you missed. Okay, at the same time, I feel like some of you are so proud of yourself, and you're kind of looking back at, how much you've grown, the fact that you had to learn how to stand your ground, you had to actually learn how to take care of yourself, to be compassionate toward yourself, learning about self-care. I feel like some of you, You might be teaching or learning about self-care and realizing how much of a game changer it is for you at this time. Okay, with the advice, there's a new beginning in the horizon. So for some of you, it might started already. For some of you, it's coming shortly, and for some of you, it is in the future. But what you need to understand is that you're the gift. It's almost like it's a gift that keeps on giving, in the sense that this Seven of Swords for some of you is actually a blessing in disguise. Okay, it's a blessing in disguise. Something might have went in another direction unbeknownst to you, or you were kind of disappointed of how things turned out, but you're really realizing that you're better off for it, and there is something better for you out there. Okay, because I feel like someone took advantage of your good name, of your generous side. Someone, you know I feel like they gaslighted you into taking care of them in a certain way, or taking advantage of your good nature altogether. But the negative part about it, it's almost like you were defending the enemy at all costs, and everybody's like kind of telling you you need to let go. And I felt like that your loyalty side, or that loyalty streak, might have gotten you in trouble this time, but it doesn't mean that you know you should take it as a negative thing. No, no, no. What's happening is that you've learned from your mistake, you've learned from what has occurred. You are looking at your life right now. What you should do is looking at your life through a new pair of eyes, because something beautiful is coming here. Okay, with the Ace of Pentacles, it's a new start, it's a new life, whether it's financially rewarded, whether it's a new partnership, whether it's new friendship, whether you're moving and living in a new place. I feel like this is a card of hope, this is a card of miracle. And I love this deck because they also include words of wisdom here for the major arcana. So I am optimistic about the future. Okay, and I feel like right now you're beyond strong. Nobody can try to bullshit you. Okay, I feel like you've seen it all. you know you're like, you actually see them coming a miles away. Nobody can bullshit you, including the thoughts that are going through your mind. Okay, so take care of yourself, Capricorn. You got this. Think about your gift coming up next.